Hey guys and welcome. We have another game here between a rubber duck of war as Norsca going up against Skaven. So the men for the north here are going to be joining us up against the elusive rats. And in the front here for the big Skaven, on the top side of the battle, we are going to be having the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. Very interesting unit that has Berserk, which is going to be one of the better mechanics here coming forward from Norsca. Frenzy, which is also going to give them immune to psychology, and Fair with bucket loads of armor piercing. A really good monstrous infantry unit that has good mobility. At the top, we are going to have the Pack Master here with running with the pack, which actually, I believe, gives some healing there in a 35-meter radius. And then we're also going to be having regen there on its mount with the Skaven Brew, the Shot Collar, and then also the Scurrying Stone. On the floor, we are going to have lots of rats here, nice and cheap and cheerful with the Skaven Slaves, backed up here by some Clan Rats as well. I think Clan Rats, very good here in Domination. On the floor, we're also going to have Gorich ready here, the man, the myth, the legend. We really didn't see him much in Warhammer 2. He was kind of garbage in land battles, but nice seeing him here in Domination. We are going to have the Blood Shield, 55 meters of 15% spell resistance. A little bit better there in Warhammer 2 as it was magic resistance, but still, nonetheless, rather nice indeed. Evisceration, which is a pretty decent ability there with lots of armor piercing, the Warp Frenzy, and then of course the Sword of Anti-Heroes. For the Lord Choice, we are going to have Throt the Unclean, the man, the myth here with the Master Controller, also with the abilities here with the Beast Pack, again that summon of the Rats Ogres, alongside the Creature Killer, and then also Remolded, which can be used twice for really good melee stat buffs and healing. On the right-hand side for the front line, lots and lots of Marauders. And Marauders will slice and they will certainly dice here up against all of the cheap Skaven slaves in the front. On the right, we are going to be having the Soul Crusher, the War Mammoth ready here to fight in the front. And he's going to be having Enrage, which gives that 40% damage resistance for 22 seconds, which is so goddamn good. This thing is such a meat sack and just absorbs so much damage. You go, oh my god, a fantastic monster to shoot here with all my weapon teams. However, nonetheless, that damage resistance really does make it quite a meaty target. So in the middle, we are going to have the Shaman Sorcerer of Death here with the Spirit Leech, the Doom and Darkness, really good there for -16 leadership, and then the Scroll of Shielding, which is very powerful there for 57 seconds of duration. On the left-hand side, we are going to have Wolfric the Wanderer, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, going to be sitting on the throne here on his War Mammoth. And he's going to be bringing all the good abilities of Fight or Die, the Hunters of Champion, and then, of course, Seafang. So lots of good abilities here in the front. In the backside, we're also going to get some Marauder Berserkers. Maybe a little bit overkill, but still nonetheless, nothing is going to be shredding these bad boys. With that Berserk mechanic, getting up to 20% physical resistance is going to be really good up against the Skaven. So the top side is going to be controlled here by Skaven, but Ducky's going to be on the floor and more here, putting pressure on Domination Point 1 and Domination Point 2. At the top, Norscan Warhounds ready to go. These bad boys are pretty decent. They do a Vanguard deployment, which actually goes quite a long way here on this map. So charging at the front here, the Shaman Sorcerer is going to be getting, it looks like, some damage on Gorich. Very nice stuff. Gorich does not have healing, so will perhaps force a Remolded coming forward here from Throt the Unclean. So they're going to go after Domination Point 2. Domination Point 1 is going to be open. You could probably just have one unit of the Marauders here on the top right-hand corner, and you'd be doing quite fine. In the backside, Poison Wing Globadier is going to be very good at clearing out cheap, cheerful chaff, including these Marauders with not very much armor. In the middle, Skaven Slaves going to be holding the line. That pure chaff is certainly going to be feeling the pain here of the Chaos Warriors of the North. We actually have Wolfric in the middle, and his double Soul Crushers going to be kind of holding the back line here. Let's see them pushing through. It is a bit scary with Gorich, and then also the anti-large Throt here in the middle. Plus that poison. It is going to be a bit of an interesting fight. I do wonder if we will see the Pack Master coming down. Only time will tell, but Domination Point is going to be open in 7 seconds. And now is going to be the battle to see who can, kind of get supreme here in the early doors. In the middle, we are getting the Hunters of Champions going down on Throt. And if Gorich goes forward on his own, it's going to be a 1v2 here if you're not careful. These double War Mammoths are very, very strong indeed. Seafang down the line, lots of damage up against the Clan Rats. Creature Killer has been activated, giving all that bonus for Sludge, but the Terror is just too much here for the front line, and we're going to see just waves and waves of the Vermintide here running with their tails between their legs. In the middle, we are going to have the Poison Wing Globes firing over the top, and now we're going to get a Doom and Darkness Overcast for that 35-meter radius of -16 leadership. In the middle, Skaven Slaves going to be getting terrified by the mass monsters of Norsca as they charge forward. Domination point 1 here is going to be in the mass control of Norsca, and now they're going to have 2 to the 1. In the middle, Clan Rats, oh no, actually Skaven Slaves coming forward here. Very interesting pick. They get terror-outed so goddamn quickly. Rat Ogres in the back, also not known for their leadership. They could do a charging here, maybe trying to see if they can fight up against the Soul Crusher, but they need to say, oh, actually, look at this. We actually see that Wolfric is going to be suffering. The scroll of shielding, that 20% damage resistance is rather handy, but he's down to 5,500 HP. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but when you start over 10k health here for Wolfric the Wanderer, that's quite a considerable amount that has been gone there from his hit point pool. In the middle of Thwart the Unclaimed, we are going to see there a Spirit Leech going down, and that's going to be doing some good damage, but of course we do have regen there for the big monster. So fighting here, 1v2 up against Wolfric. There's actually going to be all 3 in there, including Gorich as well. A bucket load of Rat Ogres that do get summoned here to the battlefield. And Wolfric the Wanderer here is looking a little bit in a sore spot. We do actually see the Soul Crusher coming across, but is that going to be enough? I really do not know. We are going to see here that Gorich is going to be the backside. The Shock Collar activated melee attack and leadership bonuses going to be going forward there. But Wolfric is running, and he is running hard. I've never seen the man here turn down a challenge of ultimate conquest, but here he is going to be running so goddamn fast. Skaven Brute activated, negative armor, and of course we don't really have much here on the mount. But those melee stat buffs are really powerful. And going to be slicing and dicing. 2.6k here for Wolfric. We are going to be using Fight or Die, giving all those melee attack bonuses. Wolfric could survive. We see some Ruler Horsemen coming forward. That mass is going to be needed. And losing Wolfric here is going to be rather a big loss. So, on the ticket advantage, 1,150 to 550 there up against the Skaven, who have been pushed back into their deployment zones. Ducky's going to be using the Northern Warhounds here with Poison, getting in the back amongst the Poison Wing Globadiers. So, very, very good stuff indeed. Poison Wing Globadiers do have a 100 armor, so a little bit difficult there to take down. And the Norscan Warhounds really don't have much leadership and staying power. So, they're going to get recharged by Wolf Rats and then also the Rat Ogre. So, pretty quick clear up. But you can't really be pushing too much back into your own spawn, because that really only helps Ducky and what he's trying to achieve. He's trying to push you more and more back and just give himself time to get some of these reinforcement forward. Nothing's been challenging the Marauders here on the right hand side, and the middle is still going to be holding true, with Wolfric coming for the booty here of the Packmaster. At the top, we have 1 unit of the Marauder Berserkers collecting the domination point, but we are going to see Clan Rats diving forward with the double silver chevron, supported by the Packmaster. Now, can the legendary heroes of Norsca do the work here, really? I'm really not sure. Bonuses infantry will be here at 5. It's really not that much considering how expensive the unit is, but we do see that Skaven Slaves are going to be dropping rather quickly. The Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep do the damage here alongside the Packmaster, and the Marauder Berserkers have fallen. Ducky's going to be summoning some more here, more Marauder Berserkers. The Norscan Warhounds are going to be in the backside. We have more of the Marauder Spearmen. Quite like the Spearmen, very good there. A good counter up against some of the Rat Ogres. Domination point 2 is going to be falling. 2,050 up against 1,000 tickets so far. Kiting here with the good old scoot and shoot. We are going to have the Marauder Horsemen doing the damage where they can. Now, I do really like the melee variants. So if we had the Marauder Horse Masters, but still, Marauder Horsemen, very cheap, very cost efficient. In the middle, we are going to have Skaven Slave Spears, a lovely boat here, the Sea Fang coming through, doing all the good damage here that you would want from Wolfric the Wanderer. Fight or Die as he dives in, trying to give all those bonuses to the melee stats. But the Marauder Champions are going to be fighting to the best of their ability. The big boys here with armor, 80 of it in total, going to be fighting here in the middle, trying to take down Thwart the Unclean, who has the Hunters of Champions here on his backside, which is really going to be nerfing all those stats. 10 melee defense there for him. He'll be taking quite a bit of damage over the due course. In the middle, the Beasts of Tashnar, that bonus for large really does go quite a long way, including here also having Frenzy, giving that immune to psychology. Really good unit here at taking down those kind of lightly armored large threats such as Thwart the Unclean. In the middle, we do actually have some more Rat Ogres, more Skaven Slaves, just bucketing into the middle, and here we go. Skaven, just by the mass Vermintide, do take over Domination point 2. Domination point 1, though, is going to be in Ducky's favour. We are going to charge back in here with Wolfric the Wanderer. We are going to see yet another Spirit Leech, I think, going down here on top of Throt the Unclean, and he's going to be suffering as we see the Enrage going down here for the big boy. That 40% damage resistance, the Poison Wind Globes also going to be trying to smash through all that damage resistance, but Throt is suffering. He's going to be down here to 2,950 with also that healing cap coming through. Wolfric's going to be charging, and he's going to be coming for the booty here of Throt. He is going to run away. We do actually have 95 speed, but that charge bonus of Wolfric on the Mammoth is quite something impressive. In the middle, we are going to have Rats Ogres also getting smashed in the backside here by some of the Poison Wind Globes. Very, very cost efficient at 500 gold cost. And the Shaman Sorcerer now going to be getting his hands dirty here in the middle. On horseback, going to be carving through here, just allowing the tides of chaos to surge through him as he slices and dices up against all of these artillery pieces. In the middle, we are going to have Clan Rats, Rat Ogres, the rest just breaking here in the backside in a mass Vermintide rout. But we do see it in the backside here. Yet again, more Wolf Rats coming forward. They're very good at capturing domination points. And it looks like it's going to be tit for tat. Domination point 2 here going for Ducky, with domination point 1 perhaps turning into the favour of Skaven. However, nonetheless, they're actually not going to be focusing on the domination point, which I'm really, really surprised about. A lot of the players that play domination especially have open domination points to take, yet they still do not take them. These points here are free. It's not just about the battle. You are going to be losing on the right hand side, but you need to start taking some of these points. The player is going to notice, but it's about 10, maybe even 20 seconds too late. You probably could have got in the range of 100, 200 extra tickets here, which maybe could have brought this game into a closer fight. At the top here, we are going to be winning. We do actually see the pit fighters breaking there in the backside. Skaven slaves and quite a few troops have been pushed to the top as they fight up against the Marauder Spearmen. Berserkers charging back here. They're actually going to go for a sneaky cap here, which I really like. Ducky is a sneaky player. You've got to watch this man. You know, of course, the god of all ducks. He knows how to play this game. In the middle, though, still not going to be capturing domination point 1 in control of Norsca. You have to cap it the full way before you get any advantage from being on the domination capture point. But still, tickets going into the advantage of Ducky. In the middle here, looks like we are going to get, oh, very nice, an Overcast Doom and Darkness with the Terror of the Soul Crusher alongside that Enrage, just really negating all the damage coming forward. I really love the Terror and the Doom and Darkness play here coming from Ducky. It's really smart indeed. Now, of course, Throt is going to be healing whilst capturing here up against Domination Point 1, but it's not going to be enough. The Marauder Horsemen here going to be diving forward with these Skin Wolves. Yes, my boys are on the battlefield, and they will destroy Throt in a matter of seconds. These regenning heroes with 75 speed and bonus large like you've never seen. And that there is going to be the win. GG's and well played to Ducky. Oh, I love to see the Skin Wolves at the end. They're one of my favourite units in Warhammer. And yeah, they're very, very powerful indeed. But what an awesome game. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one. 1,500 there for Wolfric on his beautiful Mammoth, with 3,600 for the Soul Crusher. Do not write off this legendary piece of Norscan equipment. Now, 960 for the Shaman Sorcerer of Death Magic, 0 for the Norscan Warhounds, 430, 300, 300, 160, and then 180 for the Marauders. So I really like this with the Skaven. They are going to be having quite a few of the cheap units with Globadiers coming over the top. That's very classic Skaven tactics. 1,200 for Throt the Unclean. Not quite as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Gorge 1.7, really like this pick. Very, very fun indeed. With 600 for the Packmaster. And only 615 for the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. Very, very interesting. 90 with 200, 200 there for the Clan Rats. 71, 61, 125 and 175 there for the Skaven Slaves. In the backside for both players, 750 there, 132 kills from the Marauder Champions, 415 with 58 kills from the late summon there of the Skin Wolves, with 1,021 and 280 there from the Marauder Berserkers. 1,100 for the Beats of Tashnar. By far, I think, the best Warhounds in the game. I think they're just very, very powerful indeed. With also 350, as well as 770, 200, and then 0 for the Marauder Horsemen. 1,100, 0 at 000 there from the Marauder Spearmen. I actually quite like Marauder Spearmen. I think, you know, with Domination coming forward, Marauder Spearmen certainly have more of a place. You know, very good counters up against Rat Ogres, and you can certainly see them coming forward more here in Domination gameplay. 630 there from the Norscan Warhounds with Poison, and yeah, very nice stuff from Ducky. 600, 500, 500 there from the Rat Ogres, 430, 20, 120 and 2 there. Wolf Rats all over the place. Getting Terror Routed, Doom and Darkness. It's just not a good combo here for the mass Wolf Rats. Wolf Rats could be very good with a quick summon, 2 or 3 of them on the battlefield, and they could have captured some domination points nice and quickly. They count as infantry and can be a bit of a fast nightmare. So 280 alongside 560 and 270 there for the Poison Wing Globadiers. 500 and 100 there for the Clan Rats with shields. 85 for the Skaven Slave Spears with 31,000 for the Skaven Slaves and 133. Now I can't help but think maybe if the Skaven coming with 1 unbreakable unit, maybe the Regiment of Renowned Storm Vermin could have been quite a nice pick here in the middle. Also would have been a good counter up against Wolfric and the Soul Crusher. So just a thought there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, smash that like button. Feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already.